ask me about love and wanna know.
Kamal and our brother from Philippines and Dr. Ibrahim. I will speak both in Malay and English, inshallah. Yeah, mixed with it. First and foremost, we thank Allah Subhanahu Wa Taala for His mercy that we are here in a very blessed program with the intention of seeking Allah Subhanahu Wa Taala. This seminar, which has been scheduled and been planned, inshallah, hopefully that will give us some enlightenment and also understanding of khidmat ziarah in context of ibadah training hospital. Bagi pihak Al-Islam, ahli jabatan kuasa atau operating committee, kami mengucapkan jazakallah kathiran, terima kasih banyak-banyak. Terima kasih Daun Keladi kepada UKM, Profesor Dr. Jamal dan Dr. Nafiah dan rakan-rakan yang lain yang telah memberikan kerjasama ataupun persetujuan untuk kami di Al-Islam untuk mengadakan program ini. Kerana kita tahu bahawa this is a special program, and Alhamdulillah kita merasakan bersyukur kepada Allah Subhanahu Wa Taala pada pagi ini, hari ini, dan seterusnya pada malam ini kita akan deal talk, dan besok juga kita akan melakukan satu program yang kita memanfaatkan betul-betul kehadiran Brother Kamal daripada Stanford, US untuk bagai memberi kepada saya. 20 tahun dulu saya bersara daripada UKM, bersara daripada UKM. So 20 years now I'm here, saya di sini. InsyaAllah saya bersara daripada UKM untuk berkecimpung dalam satu bahagian yang berbeza. A lecturer in the University Kebangsaan in the medical faculty, so decided to leave the faculty to go into a new area, that is to plan and establish a hospital which hopefully will have program in terms of the Islamization of the hospital in Oldfield. Alhamdulillah, I'm very happy today that I'm here to share with my colleagues and of course with Mr. Kamal on the issues of the program on the Ibadah Training Hospital. Juga untuk pengetahuan anda, Ministry of Health, di Kementerian Kesihatan telah pun mengadoptasikan program Hospital Mesir Ibadah ini sejak 2014, dan ini adalah satu kita katakan milestone yang begitu penting dalam perkhidmatan kesihatan di negara kita ini. Kita tahu bahawa kita boleh cerita berhubung dengan Ibadah Training Hospital, kita boleh cerita berhubung dengan Hospital Mesir Ibadah, tetapi bagaimanakah kita nak membuat implementasinya? Itu satu challenge yang saya rasa, saya yakin bahawa tidak mudah untuk kita melaksanakan. Tidak perlu ataupun tidak cukup untuk kita meletakkan one corner di dalam hospital, di dalam ward. Ini adalah corner Hospital Mesir Ibadah. Kita letakkan banner yang besar, big banner in front of the hospital that we are Ibadah Training Hospital. Tetapi apakah isinya? What is the content? What are the program that kita adakan dalam hospital? Ini yang memerlukan komitmen kita. Ini yang memerlukan kefahaman kita. Ini memerlukan istiqamah dan memerlukan pelajaran, pembelajaran dan training dan keyakinan dan seterusnya untuk menjadikan dia sebagai budaya di dalam hospital. Ini yang kita nak terapkan. Dan saya akan bagi tahu pada anda sekalian, itu bukannya satu yang mudah. Apabila kita bercerita dengan Ibadah Training Hospital ini ataupun HMI ini memerlukan satu paradigm shift daripada yang biasa yang kita laksanakan. Kebanyakan kita ini, doktor dan seterusnya, kita dilahirkan dalam generasi yang pembelajaran kita itu adalah pembelajaran yang sekular. Jadi kita beralih daripada secular paradigm itu kepada paradigma tauhid, paradigma yang berasaskan tauhid untuk mendapatkan keredaan Allah Subhanahu Wa Taala. Jadi untuk pengetahuan dan kehadiran hadirin sekalian, bahawa khidmat ziarah ini adalah salah satu komponen di dalam program Ibadah Training Hospital, dan itu adalah komponen yang penting untuk dilaksanakan. Mr. Kamal, our brother Kamal has been here many times. In 2014, I know him 2013 when I was in Riyadh He was one of the participants, but I was the presenter then. And I know him, and I've been inviting him many times to Kuala Lumpur in our programs in 2014, and University Malaya, Pusat Islam, Masjid Malaya, and many times, even in other part of the world, in South Africa, I think in Jordan, and I know him. He's very active in this program, and we hope, inshallah, which is present here today and tomorrow, and even tonight, we will get as much information and experience and tips from him as a very experienced, quote and unquote, Muslim chaplain. Some people don't like to use the word chaplain, it doesn't matter. But we know his post in the Stanford, in the US, is a chaplain. Jadi kita harapkan bahawa program ini akan memberikan manfaat kepada semua. This is just the beginning. Sekali lagi saya mengucapkan ribuan terima kasih kepada hadirin dan sekalian, kepada kehadiran semua, dan mudah-mudahan insya-Allah kita akan menjadi ejen untuk perubahan. Not easy, dan kita perlu beri komitmen, istiqamah, dan the challenges are not the challenges from outside, tetapi challenges adalah daripada diri kita sendiri. Jadi kami berharap insya-Allah kita bersama-sama akan berganding bahu, we work together, we work to again and to achieve Madratela dan menjadikan sebagai amal kita. Sekali lagi saya mengucapkan ribuan terima kasih kepada HUKM, kepada Prof. Dr. Jamal, Prof. Nafia, dan Profesor Razak daripada KKM juga, yang telah banyak memberikan kerjasama kepada Al-Islam. Kerana kami seriously, kami bersungguh-sungguh untuk pelaksanaan. That's what we exist for. We exist 20 years and we want to help and share our experience. Dan insya-Allah kita berharapkan this seminar, this program insya-Allah akan mendapatkan keberkatan daripada Allah SWT. Jadi sekali lagi saya mengucapkan ribuan terima kasih kepada semua, terutama kepada our brother Kamal. Came all the way. We hijacked him from Jakarta actually. He was in Jakarta yesterday, and he left Jakarta about 6:45. He reached about 11 o'clock, and he'll be going back to Jakarta tomorrow on the way back to Stanford in US. But it is his character, his nature. He would like to share his knowledge and experience with us. So sekali lagi saya mengucapkan ribuan terima kasih kepada semua, termasuk ahli jawatan kuasa yang telah bertukus lumus untuk melaksanakan, memastikan program ini berjalan dengan baik, dengan lancar. Hanya Allah saja akan memberikan, kita katakan, barakah dan juga menjadikan bahan bukti pengabdian kita kepada Allah Subhanahu wa taala. Wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Saudara Dr. Rani yang dihormati, yang berbahagia Datuk Dr. Haizat Yun, pengarah bahagian perancangan Kementerian Kesihatan Malaysia, yang berbahagia Profesor Dr. Zaleha Abdullah Mahdi, Dekan di Perubatan HUKM, yang berbahagia Profesor Madya Datuk Dr. Hanafiah Harun Rashid, pengarah Hospital Chancellor Tuan Kumuklis, yang berusia Cik Muhammad Fazil Abu Kasim, Wakil Pengarah Jabatan Agama Islam Wilayah Persekutuan, yang berbahagia Profesor Dr. Haizat Muhammad, Ketua Pusat Islam Kampus Kuala Lumpur, yang berusia Dr. Ishak Mas'ud, Pengarah Hospital Pakar Islam, Pakar Al-Islam, dulunya Hospital Kampung Baru, Mr. Kamal Abu Syamsid, Muslim Chaplaincy Stanford Hospital dan Klinik, para pembentang, para peserta, tuan-tuan dan puan-puan yang dihormati sekalian. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Salam sejahtera, salam satu Malaysia, salam negaraku. Saya mengucapkan terima kasih kepada di Organizing Committee penganjur yang menjemput saya untuk merasmikan seminar pada pagi ini. Saya dipahamkan tetamu sasaran adalah timbalan Perdana Menteri, tapi okeylah jadi pengganti pada sasaran tersebut. Muslim election mungkin tak dapat. Saya juga amat bergembira sekali sebab dalam barisan yang duduk di hadapan ni, ya, ada banyak connection. Kalau kita percaya dengan 6 degrees of separation, not much separates us. Datuk Dr. Rohaizat Yun is my classmate masa medical school, ya. Dr. Ishak Mas'ud was my MO semasa saya houseman di Hospital Kuala Lumpur. Banyak mengajar saya, ya, bagi saya peluang buat macam-macam dulu masa houseman, central line lah, apalah, ya. So dengan di bawah pengawasan beliau, alhamdulillah tak ada yang mengalami komplikasi, ya. Dan Dr. Reni pagi ni saya baru tahu lah, isteri beliau merupakan junior saya di sekolah, Sekolah Menengah Sains Melaka ataupun Mozek. Saya tak pasti sama ada yang bersekolah di sana. Cuma soalan yang saya tanya beliau, ada tak isteri dia komplain pernah kena ragging dengan saya, itu je. Tapi alhamdulillah pada pagi ini kita dapat bersama untuk menjayakan seminar ataupun program yang amat penting ini. Banyak yang telah dinyatakan oleh Dr. Ishak Mas'ud. Saya mengucapkan terima kasih kerana meletakkan asas pembukaan kepada tema seminar pada pagi ini, khidmat ziarah ataupun chaplaincy, ya. Alhamdulillah kita dapat bergerak ke arah ini dan Hospital Al-Islam memilih kita untuk bekerjasama dengan entitinya untuk program ini. It is an honor also to welcome Mr. Kamal Abu Samsid to here all the way from US, Stanford. So to be a key speaker for this program, and we hope there will be a lot that will be shared and it will be beneficial to everyone. Dan sahabat juga kepada Prof. Rohaizat. Ada dua Rohaizat ni, Rohaizat dengan Rohaizat, kena be very careful. Prof. Rohaizat Yun yang telah bersama-sama dengan Hospital Al-Islam menganjurkan seminar ini di bawah banner Pusat Islam Kampus Kuala Lumpur, di bawah penstrukturan baru Kampus Kuala Lumpur. Pusat Islam diletak terus di bawah pejabat Pro-Naib Chancellor, ya. Sesungguhnya agama Islam kita semua maklum, melihat kesihatan merupakan nikmat Allah yang begitu penting dan dia harus dijaga dengan sebaik mungkin, ya. Kita juga sedar Islam meletakkan nikmat kesihatan sebagai nikmat yang termulia selepas nikmat iman, ya. Pada sesiapa yang pernah masuk ward, kita sedar dalam keadaan sebegitu kita amat mengalami banyak kesusahan. Saya sendiri pernah masuk ICU di Ampang Puteri Hospital pada tahun 2001, amat mencabar. Some of my friends di Ampang Puteri told me sebelum saya masuk ke Dewan Bedah, I look so sick and so toxic that they were worried I might not survive the operation. So not many knew this, but pada saya that was the time bila saya sedar daripada operation, you realize how small we are. There are a lot of things yang we take for granted, and doctors pada saya are the worst patient. We treat ourselves. Part of the thing yang membuatkan saya sakit teruk sebab saya mengubati diri saya dengan painkillers, sebab terlalu sibuk dengan kerja. So this is something that we must do, take care of our health first. Doctors tend to take care of others first, sebab dengan kesibukannya, dengan the passion to treat others, sometimes we forget ourselves and sometimes our own family. So this is something that we must value, health, and we must also see how we could improve the healthcare in our hospital. Dalam pengurusan baru di Hospital Chancellor Tuan Mukris, kita pun bersama-sama untuk melihat bagaimana untuk meningkatkan kualiti perkhidmatan. Our slogan yang kita akan guna sekarang ni, dah guna pun, is better, faster and friendlier. Yeah? The acronym for this is BFF. You're familiar dengan BFF kan? Konsep. Tapi this is something we can put the word cheaper. Sebab Prof. KKM is always cheaper than this. With RM1 you can provide everything. Tapi di hospital university the cost is a bit higher. Di hospital private Dr. Isha, I think is a bit little more higher. Yeah? But I think this is the concept yang kita nak ketengahkan. Better, faster, friendlier. Yeah? I think access to faster medical care is so important now. So ada dua perkara yang kita kena lihat in terms of healthcare, cost and outcome. Yeah? Bila cakap tentang outcome, saya rasa bukan outcome dari segi fizikal. Dr. Isha kan, Dr. Isha, it's more than just physical outcome. Yeah? Pada saya ini yang penting, ini yang Dr. Isha kata kita lupa tentang the holistic approach. Walaupun kita cuba, kita fokus on treatment, the drugs, the procedure, but we forget about what the patient comes for. The patient comes for what? The patient comes for care. C-A-R-E, care. They're not coming just for the drug treatment. Pada saya, this is sometimes perkara yang kita lupa. The patient sebenarnya don't care too much for the drugs, expensive drug that we give. Of course, it makes them better. But kalau kita memberi perkhidmatan dengan senyuman, dengan caring, we take care of the whole family in the holistic, family-centered approach. Saya rasa ini memberi makna yang lebih berkesan. Ditambah pula dengan the spiritual care. Saya rasa ini penting. Semasa saya mengambil kursus hospital management di Singapore pada tahun 2015, di Singapore General Hospital they have a team to handle end of life care, yang cover semua religious denomination, Muslims, Buddhists, Indians, Christians. And this team can be mobilized either untuk take care of the end of life process for patients in the ward, atau pesakit itu dah berada di rumah, they will come as a team to handle end of life care. Saya rasa ini penting supaya the process of end of life dijalankan dengan cara yang terbaik sekali. Family members can come dengan proses-proses yang kita katakan Islamic, yang ada Islamic content diberikan. Tapi the medical support is there in terms of pain management, nutritional management and so on. Saya nampak ini berlaku di Singapore General Hospital. Semasa meeting dengan Prof. Rohaizat di Pusat Islam, I think last month, saya menyatakan we must have this team di Hospital Chancellor Tuanku Mukhlis. Anybody can call and nyatakan my father tengah nazak sekarang, or I think it's coming to the end of life. Can your team come and help us in our house ataupun di ward hospital, depending mana yang relatif hendak melakukan proses end of life care. Saya I'm very happy. This is one topic yang akan dibahaskan in this today's program. Okay. Saya rasa itu saja yang saya ingin saya padatkan je, walaupun ucapan ini ditulis begitu panjang. Saya rasa ada ramai yang nak mendengar kita punya tetamu dan sebagainya. Tapi saya rasakan seminar ini memang sepadan, sejajar dengan falsafah HUKM. HUKM iaitu paduan antara iman kepada Allah dengan ilmu yang bermanfaat, serta gabungan antara teori dan amal. Ini adalah dasar utama bagi perkembangan ilmu, proses pembinaan masyarakat pelajar dan pembangunan universiti. So hospital kita pun harus selari dengan falsafah HUKM ini, dan saya merasa amat bangga kita dapat bersama-sama dengan hospital pakar Al-Islam untuk menganjurkan seminar ini. Saya ucapkan terima kasih sekali lagi kepada semua yang terlibat dan kepada Mr. Kamal Abu Samsih yang sudi berkongsi ilmu dengan kita. Walaupun program ini pada asalnya tidak ada dalam kalender beliau, tapi beliau sanggup sacrifice, berkorban satu hari bersama kita. Kepada semua petugas Hospital Chancellor Tuanku Mukhlis, saya mengucapkan terima kasih juga ya. So, kita berharap kerjasama dengan Hospital Al-Islam kita dapat meterai dengan satu MOU. Belum ada lagi kan ya. Kita suka MOU sebenarnya ya. Dapat ambil gambar salam-salam, ada documentation ya. Lepas tu kita teruskan dengan aktiviti. So saya ucap terima kasih kepada semua tetamu berhormat dan semua para peserta ya. Dengan lafaz Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, saya dengan ini merasmikan Seminar Hospital Mesra Ibadah Khidmat Ziarah. Sekian, wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Salam negaraku Malaysia, salam sehat satu Malaysia. Terima kasih pengurusi majlis. Rakan saya dah keluar tadi, yang bahagia Profesor Datuk Dr. Rahmani Jamal, saya punya classmate semasa long story lah, masa student, masa kat sekolah dan juga kat universiti ya. Dan juga rakan saya tadi Prof. Dr. Zaleha ya, kawan baik saya, dan juga Prof. Maja Dr. Hanafiah Rashid. Dan pada hari ini yang hadir yang berusaha Dr. Ishaq Mason, pengarah Hospital Pakar Al-Islam, yang berusaha Profesor Dr. Rohaizat Muhammad, bukan Rohaizat itu dia, Ketua Pusat Islam Kampus Kuala Lumpur, yang berusaha Mr. Kamal Abu Samsih, Muslim Competency Stanford Hospital and Clinic from US via Jakarta, now in Malaysia. Thank you for coming. Datuk, Datin, Tuan-Puan, semua Profesor Madya, Ketua Jabatan, Pensyarah kanan, Pensyarah kiri, Tuan-Puan, hadirin yang saya hormati sekalian. Sebelum saya meneruskan ucapan, saya ingin menyampaikan salam daripada Yang Bahagia Datuk Dr. Nur Hisham Abdullah, Ketua Pengarah Kesihatan Malaysia, yang tidak dapat hadir pada hari ini. Untuk makluman, Yang Bahagia Datuk Nur Hisham Abdullah memang berhajat untuk hadir. Memang berhajat untuk hadir pada majlis hari ini untuk memberikan keynote address. Then he called me few days ago. He told me, Rohaizat, I have a problem. So I asked him, what is your problem? And he told me he received an invitation from the organizer to deliver the keynote address for this seminar. His problem is that his diary is full. His problem is that his diary is full. Then I told him, sir, it's small problem. It's not a big problem. I will help you. And he asked me how to help him. Since your main problem is that your diary is full, so I will buy you a new diary. But yet, she's still not able to come. Yeah. So he said that please represent him, and I will read his speech. Yeah. Quote. Alhamdulillah, it has been my great pleasure to deliver this keynote address. My appreciation extends to the organizer for inviting Ministry of Health in this very important seminar. And also thanks Dr. Muhammad Fahmi who helped last minute prepare the PowerPoint presentations for this keynote address. I hope this discussion may contribute to the development of the program of Hospital Mesra Ibadah, HMI, or ibadah-friendly hospital. Ibadah-friendly hospitals, or HMI program, in Ministry of Health was launched on 25th February 2014, about 4 years ago in Sungai Buloh Hospital, concurrent with the publication of education materials on patient ibadah. It was a collaboration with the Islamic Development Department of Malaysia, HUKM, to facilitate patient performing daily ibadah while receiving treatment, and also to integrate spiritual care services within the mainstream healthcare services and Islamic good values, as well as other religious good values, will help equip healthcare workers in providing quality of services with integrity and ethics from womb to tomb. Ladies and gentlemen, our HMI program caters for both Muslim and non-Muslim customers. Both Muslim and non-Muslim customers. When I mention customers, means it is not only patients. It's not only patients, it's not only healthcare workers, but involve the family. That's why in our setup, when we call, for example, in medical data, we have a system, what we call Sistem Maklumat Rawatan Perubatan, SMRP, Sistem Maklumat Rawatan Perubatan, SMRP. Even now we change the word, the last P is no longer Sistem Rawatan Pesakit. Those days they call it Sistem Maklumat Rawatan Pesakit. Now we call it Sistem Maklumat Rawatan Pelanggan. Because a lot of customers who come to our facilities are not patients. They are not patients, they are healthy people. There are healthy customers who come to our hospital for screening, for medical checkup and so on. So the key point is that you come to the health facilities not when you are ill, not when you become patients, but while you are still healthy. The framework model from the Muslim perspective has been established and ready to be implemented. Actually, we have issued the circular to all hospitals recently for the implementation of this program. And to start the ball rolling, MOH has appointed Yang Bahagia Dato' Dr. Khalid bin Ibrahim, the former director of Sungai Buloh Hospital, as the head of this program, and Sungai Buloh Hospital has been chosen as the pilot hospital. And now Yang Bahagia Dato' Dr. Khalid is the new director of the Selangor State Health Department. MOH is very grateful that the Islamic Development Department of Malaysia, HUKM, continuously providing support, whereby they had seconded more than 60 religious officers, 60 religious officers in 2006 to be posted to 55 MOH hospitals nationwide. This initiative was inspired from the Islamic Hadari concept, which was enforced by the former Prime Minister, Yang Bahagia Tun Abdullah Haji Ahmad Badawi, and the presence of these 60 religious officers on the introductory phase of HMI have kept the boat cruises in the right direction, and I hope we will keep moving with a good momentum. With clear visions of making a better tomorrow, by integrating spiritual care to existing physical, emotional and psychological approach in health services, this HMI program covers 6 main components, namely, number 1, provider, healthcare workers, and officers as the key player. Number 2, component number 2 is the training and education. Number 3, ibadah-friendly environment establishment. Component number 4, equipment and facilities. Number 5, patient rights. Number 6, special requirement for the establishment of dedicated Islamic affairs unit or religious unit. A great concern has been placed for the development of the first component, i.e. the healthcare providers, healthcare workers, at this initial stage to ensure the capability of providers in managing special requirements among healthcare workers, among patients, and relatives in religious issues related to health. Healthcare workers should be well equipped to ensure the delivery of ibadah-friendly services despite their daily routine clinical activities. Training and education has been seen as vital component to upgrade their knowledge and skills. MOA takes into account the need of healthcare workers, the need of patients, and their relatives in providing ibadah-friendly environment and ibadah-conducive atmosphere in the hospital is created to promote and facilitate the practice of ibadah, such as frequent reminder slots of tazkirah. Number 1. Number 2, healthcare workers' readiness to facilitate patients in performing their ibadah. And number 3, announcement of prayer times. Number 4, accessible spiritual support services for the relatives of critically ill patients and pregnant mothers prior to delivery. I mentioned just now relatives of critically ill patients. This is what Prof. Dr. Abdul Rahman Abdul Jamal mentioned about end of life care. Number 5, muhabah visit or social visit, Mr. Kamal, by the officers. And number 5, numerous reading material that have been made available in the hospitals. Supporting equipment or supporting gadgets required for ibadah, such as water spray for ablution, pure dust for tayammum, Al-Quran, and supplications are among those provided to facilitate handicapped patients at all times. In some occasions, interested or selected patients will be provided with salat reminder services in addition to the prayer announcement. The need to appreciate and respect patient belief, socio-cultural practices and norms considered to be part of the values that are embedded in upholding the ethical aspect of autonomy in patient's care, and similar gender preference, strict chaperone present, and female aura protection, as well as receiving treatment with integrity and manners are among the requests that should be entertained by the hospital. Other special needs that render considerable attention are the privilege to have a unit acts or functions as one-stop center, for instance, for instant reference, one-stop center for instant reference on fatwa and HUKM, religious consultation, Sharia compliant treatment service, and also funeral management are required. A tremendous increased awareness to the essential, i.e. daruriyah or necessities of al-hajiyah, and enhancement or tahsiniyah among healthcare workers and patients has been a great challenge for the religious officers in hospital. With maximum of 2 officers in most MOH hospitals of various sizes, there are some small hospitals, some big hospitals. With 2 officers, it is quite difficult for them to deliver the service efficiently. Therefore, MOH really appreciates and welcomes the state religious council and department in empowering the program by the placement of officers at selected facilities. Since this is relatively a new program, it is expected that there will be some obstacles. Some patients regard spiritual and religious practices as a highly sensitive personal matters. They are neither willing to discuss, they are neither willing to express their need openly, nor want to be concerned about. To avoid unnecessary strenuous engagement, this program has been promoted on voluntary basis. Ladies and gentlemen, structured training in related subject is significantly crucial. Training module established by the authority, i.e. HUKM, such as counseling Syar'i, are needed to privilege the healthcare workers to perform the task equivalent to chaplains without compromising patient trust. Today, it is the most comprehensive module, which include medical and ibadah fiqh, spiritual counseling, and Syar'i therapy. MOH is exploring the National Blue Ocean Strategy, or now we call it NBOS, National Blue Ocean Strategy, collaboration with HUKM and other stakeholders such as universities and private entities to further explore the relevant field of training or education for healthcare workers and the chaplains. I think all of you know about Blue Ocean Strategy. We should not, now is the era of not implementing Red Ocean, Then we are now implementing Blue Ocean, meaning we are not competing to each other, we are implementing to each other. But after some time, when everybody does Blue Ocean, it might become Red Ocean. Hence, new Blue Ocean need to be created. Standards or certification tool have been established to evaluate this Islamic ibadah friendly hospital program to reflect the success. So we will promote certification. Certifications are expected to boost the image of the facility with Islamic values, with the ibadah values and integrity. We hope to see this to be implemented, materialized in 2018, this year. And the homogeneity of the standard will also facilitate health facilities. Facilities which are going toward Sharia compliance standard. Sharia compliance standard MS 9000 2014. Sharia compliance standard MS 9000 2014 certification. MOH have identified Sungai Buloh Hospital as the benchmark hospital, and other hospitals, public and private, we hope will follow soon. MOH is looking forward to extend this program via clinic Masjid Ibadah, friendly ibadah clinics, which handles issues pertaining to social problems, especially extramarital teenage pregnancy and unlawful lifestyle through spiritual perspective. For your information, head of clinical departments in various hospitals, in principle, have agreed for this concept to be implemented at the outpatient clinic. Now, and which could benefit from the uptrend of more medical professionals, more health professionals, and more healthcare workers with religious and Hufaz background. They shall become the future medical field experts to champion this program. This precious integrated knowledge generations may lead further engagement with the authority, further engagement with HUKM for solution of more complicated medico-religious issues. Ladies and gentlemen, the plan of upgrading the scheme of religious officers have been proposed for them to hold a higher position in various health facilities. This must be a favorable moment in line with the critical requirement of dedicated Sharia advisor in the organizations for the purpose of Sharia compliance certification later on. Through its comprehensive framework, MOH is looking forward to propagate hospital Mesra Ibadah or Islamic Ibadah Planning Hospital extensively in order to fulfill all maqasid Syariah, all maqasid al-Sharia. I think maybe you know that maqasid al-Sharia, namely protection of the faith and religion, protection of life, including end-of-life care, intellectual, descendants, and property. These are all the maqasid al-Sharia that have been laid down by the Prime Minister Department. With current advancement and support from the authority, MOH is at its best to lead the effort. An interdisciplinary and objective approach will be used in further developing related indicators that will reflect practically of Islamic practices in health. MOH is proud to contribute to the development in Malaysian Sharia Index in health. The development of the Malaysian Sharia Index in health as proposed by the Prime Minister early last year, which means to scientifically illustrate the capability of the government to inculcate Islamic values, in 8 main areas, as mentioned earlier. Such contributions and recognition has become a significant milestone for the Ibadah Friendly Hospital and at its early years of establishment. And this Ibadah Friendly Hospital, I think, is in line with the Sustainable Development Goals, SDG, and also in line with the universal health coverage, which has been mentioned by WHO, and I hope in line with the development of digital economy, and Dr. Isaac, in line with the digital economy, we should capitalize the use of e-health. We should capitalize the digital and online services in providing Ibadah-friendly hospital. I think the future of using this technology are very useful. As the journey has just started, there's still a long way to travel, bearing the great responsibility to promote the best health services in the country, besides portraying the beauty and holistic of Islam to health, and which strives for the commitment in bringing holistic integrated health services to benefit the entire community. With that, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for your kind attention. Majelis mengucapkan